Hi guys, today I'm going to show you an experiment that uses static electricity, electric fields, and non-Newtonian fluids. And, well, you'll see. Anyway, what a non-Newtonian fluid is basically a fluid that doesn't follow Newton's law of viscosity, or it's not independent of stress. Its viscosity is not independent of stress. By stress, I mean, like, say you stir it, or you sort of pour it out, or push it around, whatever your non-Newtonian fluid might be. And that will basically affect its viscosity, which can make it confused whether or not it's a solid or a liquid, essentially. So there's 4 different kinds of non-Newtonian fluids. There's the thixotropic fluid, which is just basically means that its viscosity decreases with stress over time. So, for example, honey would be a good example of that, because the more you stir honey, the more thin it will become. Also, another example of that would be ketchup, a lot of things that have sugar in them. So another thing, or the next kind of non-Newtonian fluid is rheopectic fluid, which just is basically the opposite of that one. Its viscosity increases with stress over time. So cream, you whip cream, or whip heavy whipping cream, and it becomes whipped cream, much thicker. Another kind is the shear thinning fluid, which means that its viscosity decreases with increased stress. So if you have tomato sauce, say, and you give tomato sauce a stir, it'll become thinner. Finally, there's something called the shear thickening non-Newtonian fluid, or the shear thickening fluid, which just its viscosity increases with increased stress. Okay, so now we know the different kinds. We have to try and figure out what this is, a mixture of corn, starch, and vegetable oil. And to try and figure that out, we're just going to do some observations. First of all, I'm going to charge this balloon with some electricity, some static electricity. Basically, it's taking some of the electrons off my head and giving it a net negative charge. It looks pretty cool, right? I think so, anyway. Well, and the reason why it becomes a solid in midair is because it is, well, we have to try and figure out which kind of fluid it is first. So let's think about it. When it's becoming a solid, what's happening? It has the attraction from the balloon, it has the attraction or the friction of the molecules touching each other, and it has the force of gravity on it too. So it's experiencing a lot of stress. And when it experiences all this stress, we see that it becomes a lot thicker, almost like a solid. So this makes me think that this is probably a shear thickening fluid. Okay, thank you guys for watching my experiment. That's all.